we're very close on consensus. Like I said, 90% of our conference was already there. 10% was not. And now we're having the kinds of productive conversations among our members, interacting through the committees of jurisdiction and with the administration, and that's just where we are right now.
All right, which would seem to indicate that hearing from the Speaker and now Vice President Mike Pence speaking to the Speaker as we speak, that maybe they are making progress on this health care thing, and maybe a lot of it has to do with putting some very heavy pressure on the so-called Freedom Caucus. Charlie Gasparino has some breaking news on that. Sir.
Yeah, less heavy pressure and more, I would say, détente between the White House and the Freedom Caucus that could lead, and we say could because it's not done until it's done, to this health care accord that failed miserably last week. Here's what we know. Vice President Mike Pence has told people he will broker a peace between the White House and the Freedom Caucus. This all came up last night at a meeting between the Freedom Caucus and the Vice President, where Mark Meadows, the nominal head of the Freedom Caucus, basically put the question to Mr. Pence. Why are you trying to get our members unelected, and why is the White House attacking us? And from what we understand from people who are inside the room, that Pence essentially apologized and offered to broker a peace between the two sides. Now, we should point out that Meadows' spokesperson confirmed this account to Fox Business. We have a call into the White House waiting to hear the White House side. But if you're looking for tea leaves as to whether there's going to be health care reform, which obviously, according to a lot of people, thinks that's the linchpin of getting tax cuts because there's some savings involved, this is a very, very good development. The Freedom Caucus was the margin of non-victory for the Trump administration in getting the health care thing passed. President Trump and certain members of the Trump administration went on the attack against Freedom Caucus members. That was deemed as pretty unproductive because the Freedom Caucus members weren't budging from that. Now we do have Mike Pence looking to broker some sort of a détente, a peace, in order to make headway to get the Freedom Caucus members on board for health reform. If you're looking at markets, if you're looking at health care and markets and taxes, this is a fairly positive development. When we first tweeted this out, market was about flat. It's now up about 20, so there's a marginal improvement in the markets. But clearly, if you think the Freedom Caucus is on board for health care reform, and health care reform is going to happen, markets will like that, because guess what? That means there's a greater likelihood of significant tax reform happening. And you know, Neil, we've been reporting this for months now, the markets love tax reform.
They do indeed. All right, great reporting, my friend.